there, welcome to the Women's Business Workshop Podcast, the show for busy business owners who are trying to grow a meaningful business and balance all the things. I'm Robin Walker, business advisor and strategist, and I help small business owners like yourself get out of the day-to-day grind, create a clear path for growth, and build a business that works for your life. Whether you're juggling a full client load or trying to book more customers, this podcast will give you practical strategies and mindset shifts to take your next step as a leader without burning out. Last week, we had some beautiful weather in southern Wisconsin. It was hot, but it was that summer weather that we have been waiting for all year. I live a couple of blocks from the beach in a tourist town that everywhere you look, people are on vacation right now and out having fun. It was so hard to stay focused on my business tasks. The pull to just go out and play and be outside was just so strong. I did get my work done, and I'm still getting it done. Even though I love what I do, it felt like a struggle to spend time in my office when there were so many other outsidey things I could be doing. I do say outsidey because I would honestly have to say I am no longer an outdoorsy person like I was when I was younger, but I do love to be outside. I did a lot of things last week that I would call productive procrastination, where I was still doing something that was maybe productive, but it was not the tasks that were on my business growth list. So some of the things I did last week, and maybe you can relate to some of these, I hand washed my car. I met my kids at the beach. I met a friend for a 2-hour lunch. You know who you are, and it was fabulous. I called my mom, and the funny thing is she reminded me that I have to get back to work. So yeah, you're never too old for that, right? Don't get me wrong, the flexibility and the freedom is why I love being an entrepreneur. I do greatly appreciate it. However, the temptation to ditch everything when you're overwhelmed or overscheduled or you just don't feel like working can be a serious problem. This can especially be true in the Midwest where I live, where we cram a year's worth of outdoor activities into 3 or 4 months. So in this episode, I'm going to share 3 business tips for you for this summer to help keep your business and your summer bucket list alive. Starting with number 1. If you want less hours in the office and more flexibility for the rest of the summer, then you need to be intentional about your work time. We have our client service times already on the calendar, but what about the admin and marketing activities? This is not the time for working on the things that do not move the needle. Revisit your business plan and your goals. What do you really need to be working on? What are the most important things for right now? If you're trying to have less hours in the office. Some of you keep the same schedule. Summer doesn't really change for you. But for a lot of us, with a lot of the women I work with, do want to have less hours. They want more time with their kids. They want to go on vacation. They want to do more of those fun summer things, which does mean having less time to dedicate to the admin, the behind the scenes, the marketing in your business. Or some of you may have less client sessions in the summer just due to the ebb and flow of who you work with. Everyone's summer and their schedule is going to look different. So I can't and I won't tell you the one thing that you should be working on this summer because it's different for all of you depending on your business model, how your business fits into your home life. But what I don't want you to do is just wing it this summer because it's summer and then be scrambling come fall when your bookings are light or you feel completely off track. You can stay focused in your business and have an amazing restful summer. It comes with intention and strategic planning. So if you haven't yet, map out your next couple of months as far as what needs attention when and actually block out that time on your calendar. If you look at your planner and you only see client sessions and not the business building work, you're missing an accountability step. Choose your main movement tasks and put the rest on a would be nice list. If you don't know what you should be focusing on, please reach out and we can do a starter coaching session together and see where your gaps are and what might be a smart summer focus. The clarity that can come from just 90 minutes together is amazing. Most of us cannot afford to take off 3 months and then have the same amount of revenue bookings come September. There's importance in enjoying your summer, having fun, doing the things that you want to do that you can't do for most of the year if you're in the Midwest, but you also don't want to abandon your business. So my first point is just to make sure that you have things on your calendar that are specific to the goal you want to achieve for this summer or a project you want completed. Or maybe it just comes down to, I'm going to do these 5 steps every week, or I'm going to spend X amount of time on marketing every Friday. Whatever that looks like to you, just make sure you're building in the admin, the marketing, and the behind the scenes work in the summer. If you get that on your calendar, you're going to feel better about going out and doing the things because you know it's already scheduled and it's on your calendar. All right, let's look at number 2. Number 2 is your pipeline. So let's talk about it. Let's not let your pipeline slowly dry up in the summer heat. People are still looking for you and still need your services over the summer. I can't think of any of my clients right now that don't have customers that still need them and are still looking for them this summer. Most people don't just skip their physical therapy or their mental health counseling for 3 months at a time, and I'm sure they shouldn't. So you don't want to just disappear and drop off from nurturing any potential leads. Just to prove my point, go look in a local Facebook group. People are still asking for recommendations or saying, I'm in search of someone to do this for me, or does anyone have any nutritionist recommendations? People still need you in the summer. And for some people, that's when they actually set up appointments because they actually have some free time to be able to do that. Continue to follow up with your leads, answer email inquiries in a timely manner, or if you are gone, make sure you have something notifying people that you are gone so that they don't move on and call the next physical therapist on the list and make their appointment and you missed them. Continue to nurture new relationships. Something I've worked on with clients is to have a top 5 list of lead generating client retention behaviors that they do once a week. It's simple, it's effective, it's not overwhelming. We come up with the 5 that are most strategic for you and what your goals are, and then that's what you do every week. We can always build on it when you have more time, but if you're in the summer and you're just looking for some lean activities that are going to keep your pipeline warm, make sure you come up with something and have it scheduled. Make it a routine so that you're not neglecting any potential customers or leads. And maybe you're full right now, but you can still put them on a waiting list or see if they would like to start sessions next month. Whatever it looks like for you, we just don't want to completely drop off and have people looking for us. Number 3 is your marketing and your social media. Yes, your favorite part of being a business owner is the eternal content. If you're like most of my clients, you don't love creating content, or you don't mind sometimes, but it gets a little overwhelming. So if you haven't hired someone for it yet, then for the summer, let's just focus on what is most impactful so that you can schedule that and move on. What is impactful, you ask? I think that's going to be different for everyone, of course, depending on what you use your content for, whether that's your blog, your social media, maybe you have a podcast or a LinkedIn account. It depends on the purpose of your content. Some of you are just winging it and throwing content out there. Some of you have very structured content strategy plans, but a lot of you are somewhere in the middle. Figure out what your goals are for your summer content. Are you trying to find new people? Are you trying to have new people find you? Are you trying to nurture warm contacts? Are you just trying to stay top of mind? Are you trying to convert them to one of your offers or to something you have on promotion or sale? I mean, there's a million different goals you could have for your content. If you don't have one yet, at least start with that. What is the goal for your content for your summer months? And then come up with some simple, straightforward content pieces that you can put out there. And then think of some simple framework, social media, or content that you can put out there for your summer months. Instead of fluff, think about, if I could only create 10 content pieces for the rest of the summer, what would be the most important for clients, followers, or new viewers to see? If you could only do 10, what would be the most important? Plan those 10 and then move on. Anything else can be a bonus that you can add in when needed. Now, I'm going to do a disclaimer before the social media managers get mad at me, that this is specifically for the people who have not hired social media managers, who are winging it as it is. This will give you a little more structure. If you have a very elaborate social media plan and you post every day, this might not be the advice for you. This is for a very specific set of people that are winging it, that don't really love it, but feel like they need to put out social media on a regular basis. So let's start with your 10 most impactful pieces of content. Like I said, whether it doesn't have to be all social media. This could be a podcast, this could be a blog or a LinkedIn article, whatever it is that you do, or a mix of all the things. Think of your 10, schedule those, and then anything else can just be a bonus. You can add in behind the scenes or stories or things like that along the way. But if you have those 10 done and scheduled, that's going to feel really good. In our Impact Mastermind group, we just did a mini training on how to show up online as an expert and how to share your unique value in your content. So keep that in mind as well. If you don't have at least one of your 10 being about how you're different, what unique value you have, please put one of those in there. I think that's something that a lot of you miss because it's not comfortable. Those of you who are in the Impact group, the content ideas are in the online resource hub for that for the rest of third quarter and for any new members during quarter 3. I also posted a list in our Facebook group with 7 strategic posts to schedule to keep leads active this summer. If you want those resources, you can join our Impact group this month, or you can sign up for our podcast club email and I will send you the 7 strategic post ideas. The link to sign up for the podcast club is in the show notes. There are perks, obviously, to being a business owner, especially in the summer. So go out and enjoy yourself and enjoy your time with your family and your friends. You will never regret that time. From experience, you may feel less guilty about spending that time outside of your business if you know that you've planned for your time away and that your business is still humming in the background while you sit poolside. Reach out if I can help you with any strategy sessions or if you'd like the planning and accountability in our Impact group. Visit womensbusinessworkshop.com/impact to see more details or just send me a DM. All right, that's it for today. So now go get back to work.